Okay, hive inspection time. If I video the whole thing, I can remember what I did wrong. First thing I notice, the week-old, or almost a week old, that's a whole week now, pollen patty is gone, except for a little bit on that frame. Oh, we do have one dead beetle in the hive beetle trap. When I put this box on a week ago, they had moved into all the frames on the bottom box. I pulled one of the middle frames. It was the fourth frame over from the bottom box up into here and just swapped them out. So on that first frame, it looked like they were maybe trying to draw out some of it. On this frame, what's interesting, so the second frame over of the new foundation that we put in there, looks like they've eaten some of the foundation wax out. Maybe they're recycling it. There's a larva of something on that pollen patty. I'm gonna guess that is not a good thing. That beetle was underneath the pollen patty, so we're just gonna scrape the whole pollen patty out. So this is the third frame over of foundation next to the full frame there. Well, that guy's got tons of nectar he's carrying around or something. So that was next to the frame I moved up here, is this one. This was the outside of the frame. Doesn't look like much has happened. They've smoothed it over a little bit. They've taken some of that end down there. But this side that was facing this over here, they have definitely started to draw this out. Very cool. Connected into the sides. This is the frame that I moved upstairs a week ago. On this side of it, I see capped brood, nectar, honey, larva down in there. I don't see any eggs, but the cells are dark and my eyesight is not great, and we're in semi-shade over here. This is the other side of that same frame. We've got honey at the top, nectar at the outside, capped brood there, honey up there. The queen was right around here a minute ago. There she is, right in the middle of the frame. Looked a little closer in the sun. I was able to find eggs down in there. I don't know if my phone will be able to pick it up, but there are eggs in that corner at least. And she's digging around up there last I saw her, so she's probably still looking for another place to lay. All right, oh, there she is over there now. And this is that last new frame from up top. It was clean foundation when I put it in. I added the bobby pins. You can see they've kind of rearranged some of the wax to cover the bobby pins. And this is the outside of the frame. Haven't done a whole lot to it. The inside has been drawn out, and they're depositing some stuff. Okay, this is that same last frame on the top. I did just find a hive beetle walking around on it, so we're going to kill him. Putting them back together now. I do want to check how they're doing on the bottom. Okay, another hive beetle. This is still in the top frame. It's crawling around inside there in the bottom of that frame, wax. So I need to get that out. All right, this is now very concerning. Second frame over. As I'm putting them back in, I'm looking a little closer. I see a few hive beetles down in there and there. So I just cleaned out the bottom of it and put it back in. This was the one that the hive beetle larvae were on top of, underneath that pollen patty. I cleaned 2 dead bodies, like husks of them, out of the bottom, and then 2 more beetles that were moving around out of that bottom of the inside frame. I need to see what I can do about sealing that up, because I don't think it's big enough for bees to fit in there. And yeah, there's 3 more inside the bottom of this one. Down there, and down there. So that's a lot of beetles. Okay, top box is sitting there for a moment. Yep, we've got hive beetles. Several of them already that I've seen around, and it's probably my fault for putting in that much pollen patty. Alright, knock them all out. Oh man, this is no good. Okay, this was the frame you're looking at. There's the outside of the bottom box. Had several beetles in it, probably 5 beetles in it. I scraped them out. Damaged a little comb. There's the other side of that frame. And I don't see any more beetles. I'm hoping if I get all the ones I see and I get rid of the larvae out of that pollen patty, that I can help them recover from this. Okay, this was the new frame that I moved down from the top box to replace the old one, and this one I see definitely one beetle in the bottom of it in the crack. I need to get him a second. There he is. Knocked him off. Not into the hive, onto the ground. They've started to draw out the comb on this side. It's nice, clean wax. Look at that. How's the other side look? This was the outside towards the edge of the box. I don't see a whole lot of anything on this side except a conga line of bees. They got embarrassed when I caught them. Alright, let's see if we can find any more hive beetles in the crack here. I think it might have been just that one. This is the second to last frame. This was, I think, the original last frame where they were starting to draw some comb out. This one is heavy. I think it's somewhat fresh comb on this side. This was the one that came from Billy. Already had some comb on it. This is the center frame in the bottom. These are the ones that Billy gave me as starter, and these bees moved into these on their own. This was the box that caught them. This one is heavy. This side is not completely combed, but the other side of it is capped at the top, bee bread in there. You can see it all through there. And I don't see any beetles. This is a good sign. Second to last frame in the bottom, honey at the top, capped brood. I see some larvae, more nectar, and bee bread, so a mix of everything. I don't see any eggs in this one, but the queen was up top. Okay, this is the last frame. It's very heavy with honey, some capped at the top, some bee bread on the other side. I saw one hive beetle on it, and then looking down in the box, I've seen several more hive beetles. But now that I've gotten them to move around, these bees are attacking them, pouncing on them and stinging them. So I think now that I've cleaned out the larvae, I'll put everything back together and check in on them in a week. So out of all those beetles, and the trap being right next to the patty, still only caught one beetle in there. So we're going to put it back in.